Hey there guys, we're going to talk about using the Walttools column liners for making a mailbox. It's a pretty simple process. You're just going to have to be able to construct a box that's going to hold your liners in place. Everyone should be able to accomplish that. It's not too difficult. And once you have it set up the first time, you're good to go. Now the column liners come in 3 sizes, small, medium, and tall, and we use the 56 for the mailbox setup. The box can be done basically with some plywood and 2x4s. And again, once you build it, you're set to go thereafter. Now, when you assemble your box for your first time, you're going to have to hold the liners in place. And that's easily accomplished with some liquid nail or even finish nails, or both. Once they're held in place and then you go ahead to disassemble this box in the future, they should be held nice and tight. Do remember though, you really need to use a form release on your liners, and that's best done before you do your assembly of your box so you can reach all the way to the bottom. So go ahead and get those released and get them held tightly into place. Make sure your seams are tight. These are arranged on a 45 in the corners, so they give you a very nice corner seam. And after you do this the first time, your box is going to be good to go after that. Make sure you have a bottom panel because it's more secure when you're trying to move this around with something like a skid steer if you're going from a shop to an on-site location. Okay? For the center space, you can either use a sonotube, have another box built, or in our case, we just used some foam that was laying around, which is nice. We just cut it to the size to give us a good space in between our walls. You really want like a 2 to 3 inch wall. 3 is about perfect, and your structure is going to be very sturdy. When setting in a block of foam like that, just make sure your spacing is even and adequate. Always be thicker than thinner, and just take a little care. Use your choice of concrete. Ready mix is always available on your jobs. If not, use some bag mixes that you have around. Just use the same bag mix on your entire project so you have consistency there. After you pour, vibrate your walls, eliminate more bug holes, keep it cleaner as you go. And then when it comes time to disassemble, you just carefully start to disassemble it, usually the next day. At that point, you're going to do a little walk around. You're going to inspect your corners, do a little chipping if you have to, do a little patching of bug holes, and that'll be it. And then it's going to be ready to do your next step, which is getting it in place and getting a cap on it. Precast your caps ahead of time. That's really easy. You build them with your choice of edges to match the look that you're going for, and do that. As far as the mailbox cutout, you basically are going to set a space in there to create the gap for your mailbox, or you're going to cut it afterwards. We tend to find that that's a little easier. You do it on site so you can set the proper height of your mailbox, and it can just be cut with a concrete saw. And your mailbox is going to have a little flange on it, so it's going to block any extra space that you have in there. When it comes to color in your project, there's many stain systems. You can do it beforehand, do it on site, match your environment, go from there. We happen to use one of our favorite stains, which is that Reacts. And there you have it. You see, it was a fairly simple project, attractive for many environments, really sturdy, and a lot of people are going to go for that. So thanks for watching, and just remember that you can get anything you need for this kind of project or similar ones at walttools.com. Have a great day.